Good morning. Wow. It's going to be a tough morning to get started, I think. Anyways, I am catching not one, but two ferries today. So we're up pretty early because I wanted to get an early start on things. So I guess I should get ready. And just like that, I'm ready. Well, it's time to go. It's so early, it's still dark out there. There isn't even anybody here. I just stayed up at a rest stop, not too far from the first ferry we're going to be catching. So where might I be going? Well, first we're heading to Denman Island. We'll be driving across that and getting on another ferry to Hornby Island. And I'll be spending the day on Hornby, make my way back to Denman, camp out on Denman Island for the night, and then enjoy Denman tomorrow before we head back to the main part of the island. I have not been to these islands since I was 11 years old, and that's like over 3 decades ago. Wow. My gosh, I can't believe I'm getting that old. But I thought, you know what? I'm close by. I have a few days off from doing massages right now, and this could be my last chance of doing it. So why not? Go check it out, because those memories have most definitely faded over the years, and let's go make some new ones. First stop, Tribune Bay. So what I remember from all those years ago was it was a big bay with a sandy beach. Let's see if my memory serves me right. Wow. So pretty. Looks like the tide's just heading out too. Check out the sand. It's almost white. So soft too. Wow. Next stop, Helliwell Provincial Park. Oh my. What a stunning place. What will we see up over this little hump? Ooh, beautiful. The sun's starting to poke out a little bit there. That is so cool. So what can't I live with anymore? My relationship with my body. It's not like I can just go and leave it. I have to fix it. I have to work on it. And I have to love it. I weigh more than I have ever weighed. And I know a lot of it has to do with hormonal imbalances and, well, some poor eating choices. I'm not eating as healthy as I once was. I find because I've been so busy and not having much time to be able to cook in my van, because it is a longer process than cooking in a house. And of course, I have to make sure everything's put away before I leave. And in a house, you can leave your dishes there and do them later, right? And I end up making some poor choices. Now, I don't go rushing out to fast food restaurants, but I do run into the grocery store and grab a sandwich. And I know all that bread is not doing this body any justice for me. I know what bread does to me. It causes such great inflammation, and of course the carbs in it just increases the weight, and it's not agreeing with my body. So I am deciding to cut it out. Out. I have done this before, and I don't know why I slipped back into it. I know better. But anyways, that is one of the major changes that I'm making in my new lifestyle, and I have to learn to adapt with it in my van. So I am coming up with some ideas that are high protein, no wheat, easy to make, and I can just kind of grab and go when I need to. So pre-prepping, I guess you could say. If you have any suggestions that fits the description I just stated, please leave them in the comments below. So yeah, that is one of my focuses that I am working on right now. And another thing I need to start doing is walking. I used to walk and walk and walk and walk and walk and walk. That has been my whole entire life, pretty much, I feel. But I have been slacking off on it a little more than I would like. So I need to start picking it up and doing so. Because who's been doing a little bit too much social media scrolling? Yeah, guilty. Anyways, I have to train my brain to not deal with that, put it away. I don't need it. It's not good for the brain anyways. And yeah, get out there and start doing some more walking. Turned out to be such a beautiful day. Well, that was a good walk. Almost 9,000 steps in. I think that's a good start. Now just got to keep it up on the daily basis. And I don't know. I have to figure out how to hold myself accountable on that one. We're at the Hornby Island Co-op, Gas Bar, and Ringside Market. Oh, cool. Totally different place now than it will be in the summertime, that's for sure. I think I kind of do remember this when I came when I was 11. Kind of vaguely have like a little bit of a brief memory of it. But anyways, let's go check out some of the windows. Go some window shopping. Forge, a farm to table type restaurant. Celestial Sphere. Probably all about crystals. I think the name kind of gives it away. To the moon and back. Ooh, some tie-dye shirts in the window there. It's like a card store, little gift shop. Real estate. Ooh, we got an island potter. I love pottery. Unfortunately, it breaks in the van, so it never lasts long. And it's so expensive to buy, not discrediting the hard work that's put into it from the potters at all. Those are beautiful. Looks like a clothing store in here. Another little cafe espresso shop. And I think the grocery store and post office. How cool is that? I gotta go check out the rest of this island and see what else I can find. Grateful that everything was closed. I did not get teased with the deliciousness around here, so I'm sure it's good. There's a little grocery store down at the bottom there. I just went in and got some hamburger, and apparently the cows were raised here on the island, so some local beef. Yay! So the sun sets and the day comes to an end. I'm at the ferry. I'm going to head over to Denman Island to spend the night because there is no campground that's open here on Hornby Island right now. But I do know that there's a provincial one that is open on Denman, so that's where we're going to head. So I guess I actually caught 3 ferries today. It looks like we're heading to the light. We are going to stay here at Helliwell Provincial Park. We got a couple campers here. And something else that I need to be a whole lot more mindful of is drinking enough water. I don't know about you, but in the summertime, I never have an issue about drinking water. But in the wintertime, for some reason, it seems to be a big deal of getting that fluid into me. So yeah, that is something else I need to focus on doing. Other drinks that I have is lemon honey water. And also I do an electrolyte, which the electrolytes that I get is just salt and magnesium and potassium. So no extra vitamins or anything in that because I don't know necessarily where all that is sourced from. The company that I do get from at this time is Element. This is not a sponsor. It's just that is what I use. But unfortunately, due to some changes here between the States and Canada, we're going to have the tariffs coming into effect here pretty soon, if that's still going to continue happening. So I might have to reconsider because the amount of money I already pay from Canadian to US is quite a bit, and I just couldn't imagine with the tariff being on it, paying that price. So I might have to rethink my electrolytes, or maybe make my own. Basically, it's just salt and water. I can most definitely add a little bit more magnesium and potassium into my diet to adjust that. And I like to enjoy a cocoa or hot chocolate every once in a while too. Well, lately it's been more so than once in a while, but yeah, that is a special little treat to me. And I think a lot of it too is when you crave chocolate, it's because you're needing more magnesium into your body, because chocolate is a good source of that, but it's also a warning for you too. And every so often, I like to enjoy a bottle of kombucha or some yerba mate. Surprisingly, I do not drink coffee. Never developed a liking for it and have no desire to start now. I found that if I have to add such large amounts of sugar and cream to disguise the taste of coffee, there's obviously no point in me drinking coffee. But I do love the smell of it, like fresh ground beans. Oh my gosh, that smells just intoxicating. I am going to just go ahead and make a bite to eat, chillax, watch some YouTube, and head off to bed. It has been a very, very long day. So I'm going to say good night and see you in the morning. Good morning. So the sun decides to pop out now. Didn't want to do so for the sunrise this morning. Anyways, I just did some stretching, and my oh my, I forgot how good that feels. And I need to remember to do that on a daily basis like I once used to. So basically it's just kind of getting back to my old self again, right? But yeah, stretching, that's got to be another priority. I think I'm adding too much onto my list here. Anyways, I want to show you this campground and what you could find here. They're pretty close campsites. They're just stall sites, I call them. So not too big. Not too much privacy either. But you do have your own access going down to the beach. There's a couple picnic tables here too. Ooh, that wind is cold. But that sure is a view. And there you have Hornby Island, which I really want to go back to because I did notice a few more spots I would like to explore, and maybe when the season's a little bit more livelier, when things are open. But I need to get out of this wind. Yeah, I forgot about that ocean coldness. Anyways, I got about 10,600 steps in yesterday, so that was a good one. Let's see what we can get into today and explore Denman Island here. Looking forward to it. And here we have my arsenal of Vites and such, which I take them every day, have been for a long time. We've got Vital Greens. This is chlorophyll, aloe vera, ginseng. It's a superfood complex of 15 vegetable extracts. Multivitamin. It is just good for everybody to take a multivitamin to get your vitamins and minerals in. I also take fish oil because I don't eat a lot of fish in my diet. So this is just good to help with the brain functioning. Also take vitamin D3 because I live in Canada above the 49th parallel. We don't get as much sun all year, and nor is our sun as powerful as it is below the 49th parallel. So I take this daily, and I take more than the recommended dose because it's just got lots of benefits to it. But for vitamin D3 to work properly in our systems and our bodies, you have to take K2 with it. So what K2 does is help D3 deliver into your bones. Without the K2, D3 just floats around in your body and it creates calcium deposits. And then me, when I come around to do massages, I have to break up all those little deposits for you. And trust me, it's more challenging than one would think. I also take a menopause prevention. It is a mixture of maca, ginkgo, sage, black hulish, chasteberry, and a few other good herbs. That has been a game changer for my perimenopause. So when I was talking about hormonal imbalances, I've always had them because of the foods that I would eat when I was younger. But now, because I'm going through this perimenopause, my hormones have gone out of whack all over again. So this has helped me with my brain functioning too, so memory and my moods, and also keeping my cycle regular until it no longer happens. And trust me, I can't wait for that day. But yeah, that's been a game changer for my perimenopause journey for sure. I also take magnesium. I take this one at bedtime though, just to help with sleep and any muscle cramping or anything like that I might get. And usually if you are having too much muscle cramps, it's because you're not drinking enough water. And as I had already stated, in the wintertime, I don't seem to be drinking the water compared to the summertime. And I do notice my legs kind of getting a little crampy too, even with the magnesium. So I need to increase my water intake. That's a must. And last on the list, but the newest on my list, is these kidney and blood pressure drops. They are all natural herbs. And the reason I'm taking them is because I have recently discovered that I have high blood pressure, and it is quite high. But I don't want to take medications if I don't have to. I am not on any medications right now, and I really don't ever want to be on medications. So I'm going to try these drops out for a few months to see how they work. And so far, my numbers have dropped down already a little bit in just a few weeks. So hopefully this will be the trick. And that's another reason why I need to focus on this weight loss too, is because that's not helping my blood pressure any. They do not go together, not at all. So yeah, that is what I take on the daily basis. I just paid. It is $12 a night from November 1st to March 13th. So those are winter rates here. So we're at Morning Beach Park, and apparently I am going to get my steps on. Stair steps, that is. Apparently there's 100 going down. Woo! And it is windy. All right, let's do this. So in this case, what goes down must go up. 17, 1800, 1920. Oh my goodness gracious. And there's 4 more that you have to go down, which I would have already went up. So there you go. That was a workout. But it's done. Now let's go see what else we can find. So I really find the terrain here to be when desert meets forest type deal. It's pretty cool. I'm thinking the people who live here thought so too, hence why they've planted some sagebrush and such. This is their little village. You got a bookstore, a craft store, hardware store, a church tucked over there, and over this way we have the general store and a real estate office. Isn't that the cutest? And I just had to buy a Denman Island chocolate bar, seeing as we're here. They're pretty tasty. It wouldn't be my first time having it, but this is my first time having this flavor, which is holy mole. I bet it's spicy. Let's open it up and take a bite. Yeah, Denman Island makes a good chocolate. And like you say, like to support local. And it's a dark chocolate too, so healthy benefits with dark chocolate. Anything I think that's over 70%. If you didn't know, chocolate is healthy. Not really spicy at all. But it's a nice flavor for sure. Oh, hold on. Okay. Maybe a little bit spicy. Kind of comes in after the fact, not right away. All right. Thumbs up now on that one now. Anyways, I want to go and find a trail to go and hike in. So I saw one when I left the ferry when I was heading to Hornby Island, so I'm going to go see if I can find it again and go wander through it. Let's take a stroll through Central Park. Totally different terrain, yet same island, but very lush and bushy, and wow, into the dark we go here. I'm in a little forest now, so not so much lushy with all the salal. Salal is absolutely wonderful. You can eat the berries off of it. Great to garnish on your salads. Ooh, it's kind of got a bit of a creepy feel in here because there's a bit of a wind going on, so the little trees are squeaking as they move. Oh my. The things you come about when you're out on a walk. So this is an all-green, natural burial ground for both cremation and body burials. As you can see, there's some plaques there behind me, and you don't see any headstones or anything like that in here. It's just natural land. They even have a scattering area for cremation. What a beautiful spot to be put to rest in the forest. So something that you probably don't know about me, because I haven't shared it, is I want to be an end-of-life doula. And I was going to do so in 2020, and the day that I was going to go and apply for the course, my daughter and I had a little bit of a disagreement. And it had to do with the fact of me applying for this program and maybe not her completely understanding the reasons why I wanted to do it. I had worked in healthcare for just over 20 years, and I've seen a lot. So that was one part of the transition that just never seemed to bother me. And I thought that I'd be good at doing that. But anyways, because of that day, I just decided not to apply for it, came back to Vancouver Island, and I had decided maybe I should learn how to live instead of worrying about the end of my life. Well, not my life in particular, but, end of life. Anyways, I had decided to go ahead and apply for the holistic nutrition program. And it was in Nanaimo based, and that's what I did. And it was okay, but what happened was when I applied for the program, it was supposed to be in class, and they decided to shut that school down because of COVID after I had applied, knowing that I was going to be going into a classroom. And yeah, ended up being online instead. And I did good through the program itself, but I didn't end up completing it in the end. I didn't write my final exam. I really struggled because I needed help and I needed to talk to my teachers, and I just didn't feel like I could. All I could do was email them, and it was just too much for me to do. I was used to being in classes where you can go and talk to the teacher after class to get better clarification. So yeah, I didn't do so well with that. That's why I have a knowledge base with vitamins and stuff like that, and also holistic food and whole foods. So why do I let this stuff go wayside in my life? It's just a pattern that I have developed since I was a child, and I have to break that cycle. So yeah, maybe one day I might work with it. Not that I completed it, but I did do the whole program of 10 months, and I feel like I could help and be of use to some people, but I just have to figure out how I can put that out there for people and still make a little bit of money, because, we have to survive too, right? But anyways, my walk is done, and I'm going to drive around a little bit before I have to catch another ferry back to the main part of Vancouver Island. Anyways, I'm still interested in doing that sometime in my future, and I think my daughter has a better understanding. Her grandmother had just passed away not that long ago, and she had the opportunity to see me in action with her grandmother and seeing the love and compassion that I do have. And she also got to experience watching somebody cross over. So, maybe her opinions changed a little bit on that whole idea after all. The rains have arrived. It turned out to be a pretty decent day today. Just a couple sprinkles here and there. So it seems like I have a lot to think about and some good goals to look forward to. I know that I have to be very mindful of making sure I'm not eating any wheat. And if I cannot find it avoidable, then I should be taking a digestive enzyme to maybe just help with that process of digesting it. I have to drink more water, so I'm going to focus on about 4 of those glass kombucha bottles that you saw me with, and drink about 4 of those a day. Walking, I think I'm going to make it a goal to at least do 4 days a week. I think that would be a pretty achievable goal. And what else? Oh yeah, stretching. I'm going to do that also too a few times a week for sure. And oh yeah, I want to do a probiotic just to help with the gut health, and to make that a good start and get rid of all those bad things that I have developed in there from not eating so healthy. So yeah, that is that. I am going to head to bed because I am honestly getting really tired. So I hope that you smiled today. And yes, smiling is healthy too. Until next time, nighty-night. Oh yeah, and I did 8,792 steps today.